It's 1549 Japan, and you're born a daimyo's son in a castle crumbling under war's fist. War drums pound your skull, but your mother's whisper, keep your heart soft, my son, lights a spark of hope. Maybe you'll be a hero, not a butcher. Wrong. Power's a meat grinder, and you're the meat. One misstep, your clan's ash, your head skewered on a pike, your name spit on. Shogun? Sure, if you claw through blood, betrayal, and madness. Spoiler, victory's just a prettier grave. Every choice carves your soul into ribbons, and glory's a lie that rots with you. You're 6, torn from your mother's arms. Her voice, don't let them harden you. Drowned by cartwheels crunching gravel. The fortress you're dumped in reeks of mold and piss. Stone walls oozing slime that chills your bones. Your bed's a straw pile, sharp as thorns, shredding your skin bloody. Food's rice crawling with weevils, sour as vomit. Choke it down or starve. You're a hostage, a pawn in your father's war. One rebellion and your throat's slit. Head boxed for his doorstep. Guards sneer, their breath rancid as corpse flesh, promising pain. At night, shadows slither, footsteps thumping. Rat or blade. You clutch a wooden horse, your mother's gift, whispering her words to keep fear at bay. At 8, they forge you into a weapon. Dawn hauls you to a courtyard, feet numb on frozen mud. You swing a wooden sword till blisters burst, blood oozing sticky. Miss a step, and a bamboo rod smashes your spine. Crack! Agony choking your screams. Weaklings rot, your master snarls. Spit flecking your face. Dust stings your eyes, air thick with sweat and dread. A rival kid smashes your wooden horse at 12, splinters stabbing your heart. Love's for losers, he laughs. You learn, care, and you bleed. Your mother's voice fades, but it lingers in dreams, pleading for kindness. At 14, you're sent home, but first, a cruel test. Bandits swarm a village, their torches painting the night red, smoke curling like demons. Amid the chaos, a peasant girl, barely 10, frail as a sparrow, huddles in the dirt, her tattered kimono stained with ash and blood. Her wide eyes, glistening with tears, lock onto yours, pleading for salvation. She clutches a broken doll, its straw guts spilling out, and whispers, please, save me, I have no one. Her voice trembles, soft as a dying bird, slicing your heart. You step forward to help her, but your father's voice hacks through your resolve like steel. Clan first, always. His glare burns colder than the night, promising death for defiance. The girl's cries grow frantic as a knife grazes her cheek, blood trickling like tears. She sobs, please, I'm scared. Each word a dagger in your chest, but you step back, blade lowering. Her eyes widen, trust shattering like glass. No, she wails, her voice breaking as bandits drag her into the dark, her small body thrashing, bare feet scraping mud. Her screams, shrill and gut-wrenching, echo through the burning village, fading into the crackle of flames and hyena-like laughs. The last you see is her doll, abandoned in the dirt, soaked in her blood. That night sleeps a ghost. You lie on your mat, the girl's sobs ringing in your ears, her bloodied face haunting your lids. Your mother's voice whispers in the dark, you could have been kind. It's a knife twisting in your gut, her words heavy with the weight of what you've lost. You clench your fists, nails biting palms, burying the guilt deep. Kindness is a blade in your back, a luxury for fools. You're no boy now. You're a katana, sharp and hollow, forged for war's merciless grind. At 14, your clan's castle stinks of sweat and treachery. You learn to read lies and bow, smell betrayal in a smile, turn allies into corpses before breakfast. Your father tests you, save the village or the gold. You pick gold, watching flames devour homes, screams curling like smoke. Guilt gnaws, but you choke it down. Your mother's voice is silent, and you're glad. Heroes die, monsters rule. At 15, you lead a skirmish against a rival clan, rain pounding your armor like fists. You hack your first man, his scream shredding the air, blood spraying your face, hot and coppery. A wounded enemy, a boy your age begs for mercy, tears streaming. You freeze, heart hammering. Then you rip his throat open, blood gushing like a river soaking your boots. That night, you vomit, not from guilt, but because your heart's a stone. You've crossed a line, your first kill, your first choice to be cruel. Your mother's voice doesn't come. You're free, and it's terrifying. At 18, you ambush a rebel family in a forest, their defiance a threat to your clan. Dawn spills red through twisted trees, air biting with pine and dread. You spot them, father, mother, boy your age, gaunt and trembling, eyes like cornered deer. The boy's whimper cuts the silence, clutching his mother. You could spare them, let them vanish. For a heartbeat, mercy flickers. Power doesn't mean blood, but weakness breeds betrayal. You raise your hand, and your men pounce like wolves, katanas slashing, blood spraying hot, bark stained crimson. The father's throat gurgles, hacked open. The mother's scream dies as steel rips her chest. You cut the boy down, his body crumpling, blood seeping into frost. The forest stills, gore dripping, coppery air stinging your lungs. Nausea chokes you, but you smirk, muttering, "Power's a butcher's game." Your men cheer, eyes probing. Did you waver? At 20, a vassal tries to gut you in your sleep, blade grazing your ribs. You don't just kill him. You flay his skin, his screams a symphony, blood pooling black. His servant, innocent, begs, eyes wide. You hack his neck, gore splattering your hands, warm as lies. Trust no one, you mutter, wiping blood on your sleeve. Shadows dance with treachery, and you clutch your katana, ears straining for whispers of death. At 25, Sekigahara in 1600 is your crucible. The battlefield's a slaughter pit, blood rivers, heads rolling like stones. Teppo shots boom, tearing your ears. Ash chokes your lungs. You betray your last friend, burying his men in mud, their gurgled screams clawing your soul. A surrendering ally kneels, pleading. Mercy's weakness, you snarl, and butcher them, blades hacking flesh to pulp, blood misting the air. You stand atop a corpse mound, flag high, shogun to be. Victory reeks of death, and your soul's a cinder. Your mother's voice is gone, just wind howling your sins. At 26, the emperor gifts you the title of shogun, his hollow smile masking centuries of resentment. You're now shogun, but Edo's castle festers with sewage and fear, walls dripping deceit. Daimyo bow, eyes glinting like daggers. You shackle them with forced stays in Edo, draining their gold till their coffers bleed dry. A spy hisses a poison in your tea. You don't execute the cook, you disembowel him, his guts steaming on the floor, blood soaking your silk like ink. His screams echo as you watch, stomach churning. How many more plot your end? You pace your chambers, katana clutched. Every creak a killer's step, every sip a roll of dice. At 28, you crush rebels with fire and iron. You torch a village, flames devouring homes, flesh melting, wails drowned by crackling roofs. You ride through its ruins at 30, ashes swirling, bones snapping under hooves, the stench of charred death clogging your throat. You laugh at your younger self, telling your son, "Fools trust loyalty." His eyes, wide with fear, mirror yours. You forged a throne on terror, but paranoia's your true master, gnawing your mind like rats. At 32, your son's coded letters betray his plot to steal your throne. You order his death. You wield the blade. His begging eyes, your eyes burning into your soul. His neck splits, blood gushing hot. His gasps fading into silence. Your wife's screams rips your gut like a spear. Her curse a venom in your veins. That night, your mother's voice howls in the wind. Don't let them harden you. You roar at the shadows, heart a blackened husk, too far gone to care. At 35, Edo glitters with silk, but reeks of ash and lies. You crush a samurai plot, their heads impaled on spikes, eyes pecked by crows, flies droning like war drums. Your laws choke Japan, but every cuff feels like a death's claw. At 37, peasants storm your lands, torches blazing, screams splitting the night. You trample them, hooves pulping skulls, blood painting your armor crimson, their curses sharper than blades. Each corpse you crush sprawls 10 more rebels, hate breeding like maggots. At 40, your body's rotting alive. Edda's fetid air poisons your lungs, hands trembling like dead leaves, skin gray as ash. You ride past that burned village's ruins, bones gleaming in moonlight, a ghost of your sins. Your mother's voice whispers, "What have you become?" You spit blood, ignoring her. Your empire's iron, but you're a walking corpse. Lords circling like vultures, smelling your decay. At 48, you mold your heir in a training hall stinking of sweat and dread. His sword trembling, brittle as his will. Your raw voice snarls. Weak kings feed worms, smashing his arm, bones grinding. His flinch hinting fear or treason. Daimyo lurk, eyes glinting like vultures, sensing your decay. Edo's toxic air sears your lungs, each breath a blade, joints creaking like rotting wood. Fear gnaws. Is your heir too weak to rule or plotting your end? Your mother's voice begs, don't break him, but you crush it. Mercy's a noose, and your rotting carcass won't swing. At 50, your empire's a mausoleum of memories. Your castle's a crypt, silence shrieking louder than war. Everyone's dead or despises you. Wife praying for your end, kids flinching at your breath. Nightmares claw at you. Your son's eyes, that burned village, your mother's voice. You could have been kind. Your hands shake, skin ashen, every cuff hacking up blood. You're Japan's god, but king of nothing but fear and emptiness. At 52, you're a corpse defying death. Your room reeks of medicine and rot, skin like soggy parchment, eyes sunk in pits. You rasp orders, but lords sneer. Your heir looms in the doorway, cold as frost, likely dreaming of your grave. Your mother's voice sighs one last time. I told you to stay soft. You choke on a laugh, blood flecking your lips. Too late, old hag. You die at 53 in 1616, rotting in Edo's filth. A god dethroned by your own decaying flesh. Your empire crumbled in a generation. Your name, dust on the wind. You were a god, but gods die too. You clawed, killed, ruled. For what? Nothing. Was it worth it?